welcome back to Sparkle Me Pink. My name's Michelle, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some skincare products that you can purchase at Sephora. I just got done filming a makeup version of this video, which you can check out here and see what products I've been truly enjoying on the makeup side of things. Now, as you may know, I am a licensed esthetician in the state of Arizona, so I can nerd out a little bit when it comes to the skincare side of things. So everything that I'm going to be sharing with you today is sitting in front of me, and I have some tips and tricks to share with you along the way. So let's go ahead and jump right into the products. I will have affiliate links to each of them in the description box down below. I appreciate you purchasing through those links as they do help support my family. Okay, the first product is the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. This is a 99.9% bacteria killing makeup cleaner. This one in particular is like the little spray bottle. I also have another one where it's like a bottle that you pour into like a little silver dish and kind of swirl the brush around. I kind of prefer the spray-on version because then I could have a towel or paper towel if that's all I have, but I do prefer to use like a hand towel or face towel that's washable. I'll spritz my brushes with this guy here and kind of rub them on the towel. Now, I did include this product in the skincare side of things because of the bacteria killing properties, especially if you're oily, acne prone like myself. So a lot of the products I will share are geared towards that skin type. I have to clean my brushes on a pretty regular basis. This helps keep your brushes from getting super gunked up and like weighed down as well, especially if you're also like me and don't deep clean your brushes as often as we should. This is a great in-between little quick cleanse for them. And I already filmed a video today, so I apologize if my voice is already cracking. We're about 4 years out from my surgery and my voice tires still pretty quickly. So first product I'm going to share with you for the actual face is the Pharmacy Green Clean Melt Away Cleansing Balm. I'm addicted to this stuff. I actually first got it in an Ipsy Plus box, I believe. And since I have purchased a backup, and I even have a little travel size and a couple other little pharmacy goodies that I wanted to try out, but I was really excited to have a travel size of the Green Clean to bring this with me when we go up north, because I hated carting around this big old Bertha with me. You can see it's pretty much dead. You don't need a lot. I mean, I'm talking like that is about as much as I use for the whole face. Whole face. You use too much, you're wasting it. How I'll use this is I'll kind of like rub it between my fingers and then gently apply it to the skin. Tiny little gentle circles working into the makeup just to start loosening up, because there's some really amazing oils and even a papaya enzyme to help lightly exfoliate the skin while using like a manual exfoliation motion, because you're using very light gentle circles. Then I'll get a little bit of water in my hands and emulsify the cleansing balm on my skin and then do a rinse off. Sometimes it leaves a little bit of a film behind, especially if I'm wearing a ton of makeup. And that's where something like a makeup eraser comes in, where it is so soft and gentle and you just very lightly sweep it off your skin. Now you will always follow up cleansing balm with a cleanser. I prefer using a gel cleanser. The one that I'm using right now is not from Sephora, but one that is on my wish list of wanting to try is also from Pharmacy, ironically, and it's called the Be Clean, I think. I'll put a little picture here for you to check it out. So once I get through the cleanser that I'm using now, that's the one I want to purchase and try out. But something that froths up nicely to remove any of that excess leftover cleansing balm, but also really clear out the pores, is the best way to start your evening routine. Now, speaking of your second cleanse and going in with that second type of cleanser, a tool that I like to use that cleanser to the best of its abilities is incorporating a device like this one, which is the Foreo Luna 3. I love you. You are so amazing because it's so easy and just mindlessly able to enjoy my cleansing process. It's rechargeable, so there's no batteries to worry about. You hear how it has like a little pause or like a little zzz, and that's how you know to go to the next section. And you just go to the 4 zones. I personally like to start forehead, cheek, and then center of the face, where I could really use the tip. So this one here is the normal combination skin version. You can see up here there's a couple more stiff little bristles, and down here is the really soft ones. I believe there's a version where it's for oily skin where it's pretty much all more stiff nubs, and another one that's for sensitive skin where it's all soft ones. So I felt like this was a good happy medium because I can use the tip of this really gently in the corners of my nose to really help loosen up any sebum that's sitting in the pore and hopefully prevent blackheads. And so far I've been pretty successful, so obsessed. Now let's move on to our exfoliation step. At this point you want to be using a physical exfoliation or a chemical exfoliation maybe like 2 to 3 times a week, and rotating between the two. You never want to be doing both on the same day. So as for a physical exfoliant, you've heard me talk about this 1.5 million times. This is the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion Age-Defying Exfoliator. Has micro little beads in it, or they're not beads, they're actually aluminum oxide crystals and a little bit of lactic acid. So you're getting a tiny little baby bit of chemical exfoliation, but it's already in the formula, so you know that it's already balanced out. It's not like we're playing chemist here and using too much. But anyways, I use this about twice a week, sometimes once a week if I'm being a little lazy, if I'm being honest with you. But the micro little particles are just so gentle. I'll do this while the skin is still lightly damp after doing my second cleanse, and just do soft, soft, soft circles. With physical exfoliants, it's more about the repetition than the actual pressure. I know it's going to be tempting when you have an area that's a little bit flaky or extra dry. You're gonna wanna go to town. Just gentle, patience, do your breathing techniques, be mindful and in the moment and enjoying the experience, and your skin will love you for it. Now, if you're more like me and I'm a little bit more of a chemical exfoliation junkie, I absolutely have been loving these Dr. Zenovia 10% Glycolic Acne Control Peel Pads. At the beginning of my pregnancy, I was having these massive, huge, painful, very hormonal breakouts. And sometimes it's really difficult to control those. But I started using these every other night, and then I started using them every night for just a very short bit, just to help kind of nip the acne in the bum. And once I saw that they were healing, I backed off to once every 3 days. You just have to play with it a little bit. You don't want to be overstripping the skin when it comes to any type of exfoliation. That's why you rotate them, and sometimes you have to spread them out even further if you start to have any redness, irritation, or inflammation in the skin. Because that's the opposite of what we're going for. We want calm and hydrated and happy skin. Anyways, when I use these, I don't feel any irritation. There's something in here. I actually don't have the ingredient list in front of me at the moment. I know that there's also a little bit of salicylic in here, but there's only 2%, so it's not a concern for me while being pregnant. If it was any higher than that, then I probably wouldn't use these during my pregnancy. Thought I'd just throw that out there. But these are so lovely. I mean, I have tried other acid pads, and these are by far my favorite at the moment. And again, that's gonna help slough off dead, dry skin. Glycolic is a wonderful acid for opening up the hydration channels through your layers. So you may see an increase in hydration overall than feeling stripped or dry like you sometimes can with physical exfoliants, because we tend to overdo it with these. And that's why I say use this maybe once or twice a week. Just start, see how your skin reacts, and I bet you're gonna love it because I'm obsessed. I will definitely repurchase those when I run out. Again, I know this is a higher price point, but there's 60 pads in here, and if you think about it, the price per pad, if you're not using it every single day, because again, if you are using it every single day, it's just for a tiny short bit of time. I mean, max 3-4 days just to kind of break through the current active acne. And then we need to back off, because again, you don't want to be overstripping the skin. I feel like I'm repeating myself, so let's move on to the next step, which is a little bit more treatment driven. I don't have any vitamin C's that I've personally used from Sephora. I know I have one in my collection from Sunday Riley that I've been meaning to try. I think it's just their 15% vitamin C serum, but I didn't want to give that as a recommendation because I hadn't tried it yet. So if you've tried it, I want to hear your feedback in the comments down below. But I have tried out the Dr. Zenovia 5% benzoyl peroxide. Again, I am more acne prone, so I'm definitely going to be talking about more acne driven products. And this is a lightweight, antioxidant filled benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide kills off the active acne bacteria that's sitting on the surface of the skin. This also has some other properties in it that are going to be more soothing than other benzoyl peroxides, because if you've tried maybe some over-the-counter or drugstore benzoyl peroxides, and you instantly, like the next day, get flaky dry, and like you're like, well, that didn't work, that did the opposite, that made things worse. This is not going to do that as long as you're not overusing it. It does say you can use it up to 2 times a day. I'm personally a once a day type of gal. I know I got a little active one up here that I've been tapping it on, and I have yet to see irritation or anything like that. If anything, it has been less red, way calmer, and I feel like it's healing a lot quicker than before I started to incorporate it into my routine. Now, when I was having those large cystic breakouts and before I had the acid pads to help kind of bump through there, I was trying out this little sample that I got in an Ipsy bag. It is the Sunday Riley Saturn Sulfur Acne Treatment Mask. Now, when I was looking up links for this video, I did see there was a little bit of upset on the sizing that they were selling this mask at, so I'm a little bit upset about that because of how much I really like it. It's very comfortable to apply to the skin, and I didn't feel any irritation. Again, keep in mind, this is more of a treatment type of mask, not one of those masks that you smear and apply all over unless you're having widespread active acne. But even then, I would still encourage you to get some maybe on the back of your hand and then dot it only on the areas that you're struggling with, and those are going to be more of the 3D active acne spots. I mean, I did feel like this helped soothe them again before I started incorporating some of the Dr. Zenovia products. I figured it's worth mentioning since I really did enjoy it. And sulfur is another anti-acne ingredient that you want to look for in your skincare if that's something you're dealing with. Now let's move on to like my favorite step, which is nourishing and hydrating the skin. Again, I'm not sponsored by this brand. I just have been absolutely loving. You can see I'm like almost, I don't know if you could tell, but I can see the light coming through. I'm getting down pretty good on this bottle, so I'm giving it a good try. This is the Dr. Zenovia Clear Complex Aloe Vera Blemishing Soothing Moisturizer. This has a ton of calming and very soothing ingredients. 1 pump is all you need. I know, I'm an over applier and I want to do like 1.5 or 2 pumps, but I'm like, I need to be frugal. I need to be mindful of my skincare and applying it, because if you are over applying, then you could be wasting it, and that's just sad. So don't waste your products. Use 1 pump, dot it on the 4 areas of the skin, which is the chin, the forehead, cheek, and then gently blend it out to all the other areas. This is a very lightweight moisturizer, but I find that it does just enough to keep me from being irritated, dry, or any reaction after, especially after using any of those previous acne products that I was showing you. I do sometimes need something that has a little more oomph to it, and I do use another moisturizer from Jamarini Research, but that's not something you could purchase at Sephora, so I'll leave that for another video. And I want to show you something you can't like buy right now on the Sephora site. The next product is one that I kind of talked about in my makeup video, but this is the nighttime mask. This is the Laneige lip sleeping mask, just in the traditional scent or flavor or whatever they call it. I have had this since May, I want to say, is when I purchased it. Maybe it was April. It was right in the middle of quarantine, and I was like, you know what? Screw it, I'm buying it. It's $20. Who buys a $20 lip balm? Apparently me. And I'm barely down in this, and I wear it every single night. It is so comfortable. I do hate that it's in a tub, and I do like that they have another version that's in like a squeezy tube, but that one's a little bit lighter. This is definitely more of a nighttime-esque type of product. I go in and I use my pinky, apply it as my last step before going to bed, and I have yet to have an issue with like super dry, crusty, like gross lips, especially going into the cooler month where the air is a little bit more dry and it's sucking the moisture out of our skin and of course our lips. I kind of hate that I love this so much because of the cost. I mean, just $20 for a lip balm just sounds crazy to me, but at the same time it's working, so I'd rather purchase something that's gonna work than something that may be a little more frugal and not be my favorite, and then I don't really want to use it, and then it's just wasteful. This has not gone to waste. Now for my last skincare like recommendation, and then I have 2 hair care products, little bonus ones to sprinkle in there, is my Light Stim. Oh my gosh. And last time I talked about this in my Esthetician shares her favorite like skincare tools video. Oh my gosh, I have gotten so many comments about this, and I've heard so many people that have gone on to purchase it and that absolutely love it. It's this little device here. It does plug into the wall, so you do need to be corded into the wall to use it. It turns on in the back. I'm not going to turn it on because I'm going to blind you. Definitely go watch that video if you want to see like how I used it. But it has blue and red LED bulbs in here. And this is a professional device that you can purchase on a small scale through Sephora. So blue light in here, which is what this one mostly is going to help inhibit the growth of P. acne bacteria, therefore decreasing how much bacteria you have in the skin. So I'll use it on my hot spots. You hold it in an area for up to 3 minutes. It does let you know when that 3 minutes is up. It kind of does like a little beep for you, and then you move on to the next section. I guess that's the only thing that's a little bit tedious about using a tool like this, is that you're kind of like sitting there for 3 minutes at a time. I'm probably gonna use it again on this guy up here to hopefully heal that. I brought this with me when we went out of town to get ready for our wedding and have our wedding, because again, I was having those massive breakouts, and every night I sat there. And actually, I think I did it in the morning too, because you really can't overdo it with the exposure of LED light. And it did help with the inflammation and that like very irritated feeling that I was having. So yeah, I love this little guy, and I keep it in my nightstand in my little baggie with this little plug in there at all times. Now, before I get into the hair care products, I am going to do some honorable mentions. It's going to be from The Ordinary. Now, I have not tried these. They haven't even come out of the box, but I wanted to share with you some products that I've picked up and felt comfortable at least trying on my skin. One is the Buffet, which is a multi-technology peptide serum. Pretty much sounds like a really strong hyaluronic acid with a couple little peptides sprinkled in there. Thought I'd give it a go. And the other one is the niacinamide 10%, zinc 1%. I feel like these are the two products I hear about the most when watching like other esthetician videos or skincare videos and recommendations from the line. So thought I'd throw that out there. Oh, I'm curious to try those out. Now, as for hair care products that you can pick up at Sephora, there's two that I frequent. One I'm out of at the moment. It is the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Hair Mask. I wish I could just bathe in that every single night, but I don't wash my hair every night. You get what I mean. It is so incredible. I saw that they make like an industrial size with like a pump, and it's like $115, but it's always out of stock. But I totally would have purchased that if it was in stock and I could have used my coupon, of course. But in the meanwhile, I think you can get like the regular sized ones. Again, I'm sorry I don't have one to show you. I looked through my collection and apparently I'm all out. So I should have bought one when I bought these. And the last product I'm going to share with you is this Olaplex Hair Perfector number 3. This, to my knowledge, again, I'm not a hair person. I'm a skin and makeup person. That's what I've been professionally trained in. I'm not trained in hair. But to my knowledge, this repairs and strengthens the hair through like protein bonding. So you don't want to use this all the time because you don't want your hair to be so filled with protein and keratin that it just breaks. But this can strengthen your hair and fill in little gaps if used like sparingly. Like I spread out my use of this one. I'll kind of rotate between this and some sort of deep conditioner such as the Briogeo one. It says to use it once a week. I've used it a few times, and every time I have used it, my hair just feels incredible. But that is it. That's everything I have to share with you in regards to skincare at Sephora. If there's anything I missed or maybe just glazed over, please leave a comment down below. I will try to answer your questions. Again, thank you so much for using the links in the description box as they do support my family. Don't forget to check out the makeup version of this video up here, and I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye.